What up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with some hot topics, you guys. So these are going to be the week's hottest topics for the week of August the 6th through August the 12th, you guys. Wow. We're literally almost through August. And we just started August, what, a week or two ago? But hey, before we go ahead and get into these topics, it's not a lot that I got to discuss this week, but we're going to discuss them nonetheless. If you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, I need you guys to do me that solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, you guys, and by sharing the video. And with that out the way, without further ado, let us discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so before I go ahead and get into this, I just want to do a little bit of an update on some things on the channel. So I posted it in the community tab last week, I believe it was, and I was asking you guys for some suggestions. I put up a poll with two names for our family, our group of people, and I also said if you guys have any suggestions that you guys could give it to me. But an overwhelm, for the people who did vote, you guys voted for the B Squad. So I will be referring to you guys going forward as my B Squad. So I have B with the, the thing in between it. I forget what you call it, ampersand? That's not that. Whatever it is, you guys know what it is. I think I'm going to change it to BEE Squad, but you guys still be the B Squad. I'm just thinking about the spelling of it. But we are the B Squad going forward. We're the B Squad. So with that, so when I start my videos up, it'll be B Squad. It won't be no more What's Up YouTube. It'll be B Squad. Now I'm gonna have to get myself in the habit of saying that, but you guys are my B Squad now. Also, you guys, so my watch. If you guys, I've been wearing my watch all week, so I've been tracking my activity this week. So, and I also do have another channel that I do have that is my planner channel, and it's also going to get changed into a lifestyle channel. Where I'm on a journey to getting back to, I was gonna say pre-COVID stuff, but pre-COVID me is not pre-COVID. It's because before COVID I didn't. Well, actually, it is. No, I gained some of this weight after COVID, so I can't really blame COVID a lot. But I'm trying to get back down to where I was in 2019 when I actually really got into YouTube doing it when I was a lot smaller. So I'm trying to get back down to that weight and just tone up a little bit more. So I have another channel. So if you guys, I'm gonna try to remember to put it on the screen for you guys, and it'll also be it's also in the description bar as well. And then I'll figure something out. And I think I'll probably post it on the community tab as well. So yeah, you guys go subscribe to that channel and help me with that one as well. And that's really all I got, you guys. So let's go ahead and now discuss the stories. All right, you guys. So the first story up, we got to talk about a rest in peace. It's really, I know people are born every day and people die every day, but this one really hit me when I woke up. What day was it that I woke? It was earlier this week when I woke up and I saw on Good Morning America that Olivia Newton-John had passed away. I was like, wow. I'm like, Olivia Newton-John, and she was only 73 years old. I'm like, wow. I didn't know that Olivia Newton-John was only 73, because I thought Olivia Newton-John was around my mother's age. Because if my mom was still living, her birthday is next month, September the 19th. If my mom was still living, her birthday, we're in 2022, right? So if my mom was here, she would be turning 82 this year. Wow. 82 years old. So yeah, Olivia Newton-John, now she had battled with, cancer. So that's ultimately, what the cause of death was, her bout with cancer. I saw that John Travolta, posted a sweet message for her. Grease, you guys, that was my, now I will tell you, my grandmother, my big mama, she loved John Travolta. She loved him. Her and my mom, they both loved John Travolta. Now they had different movies that they would watch. My grandmother, my big mama, she would watch Grease. And I remember the first time I watched Grease, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not a big fan of musicals, but it's something about, like, there are two movies where they are singing a lot in them that I'll tell you guys that I can watch and love them. Grease is one. And then as I got older, I'm like, especially as I got older, I was like, these people are a little bit too old to be portraying like they're in high school. But Grease is one of the movies that I love where they sing a lot in it. Dreamgirls is the next one, and Sister Act 2. So yeah, my mama loved Michael. That was her movie, and I actually still have her copy of Michael on VHS. So yeah, my mama loved Michael. My big mama loved Grease. And like I said, when I looked at that movie as a teenager, I was like, how are they portraying what I'm supposed to, what I am? Like I'm a teenager, especially John Travolta. I'm like, how is he portraying a teenager? I believed. Now, if you want me to believe that somebody was a teen, well, even him, Henry Winkler, when he was playing the Fonz, I'm like, so really, y'all can find nobody that looked any younger. Because he looked like, at that time, Henry Winkler, when he was on Happy Days, that man looked like he was every bit of 25 to 30. Just like John Travolta in Grease. John Travolta, I'm like, dude, they can do, you can do so much wonders with makeup, but I don't buy that he's a teenager. But yeah, you guys, we got to definitely say rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John. Prayers out to her friends, her families, her loved ones. Prayers up to them. So with that, you guys, let's go ahead and pause here and let's go on to the next story. All right, you guys. So since we started out sad, let's just stay on this. It's not really sad. Well, yes, it is. It's hella sad. And you guys, to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of talking about her. It's Wendy Williams, you guys. I feel like every week now we discuss Wendy Williams. You guys, like I said I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but Wendy Williams is not healthy at all. Wendy is not in a good space. And then the people that are around Wendy, I just have a proverbial side eye for everybody that is around Wendy. Because, so earlier I think it was last week after I posted my video, there was this video. You guys know that Wendy has been talking about this podcast that she has. And there is an Instagram page for the podcast, right? So I just happened to be scrolling down my Instagram timeline, and it was like on a Shade Room or Baller or something, and they had this video where they kept zooming in, and she's like, I'm famous co-host. I'll be back soon. And then the thing that I keep noticing every time that Wendy does an interview, like the interview with her and TMZ, it's her eyes. Like there's a blank, when you look at Wendy's eyes, there's literally a blank expression in her eyes, and I don't know what that is, but there's something just so blank about Wendy's eyes. And then the other thing that I notice a lot about Wendy, besides, I've been saying it for quite some time, that her wigs, they're not kept. Like, it looks like Wendy just grabs the wig off of her wig head and just plops it on. She doesn't brush it, she doesn't comb it, she doesn't flat iron it, she does nothing to it. She just literally just grabs the wig and throw it on her head. Then I noticed her cheeks, like the blush on her cheeks, it is rosy red, and I'm like, wow, Wendy, like you literally look like a caricature. It's terrible. So that video just floored me when I saw it. I'm like, who thought that was a good idea to post that video of her? I was questioning, like, who thought that was a great idea to post that video? I don't know if it's this guy that, because you guys know I think I said this was last week. I know I talked about her when she was talking about, Jason Leah saying she's not married, she's married. Then the manager is saying she's not married, but this is the manager that's helping her with the podcast. But he's also a jeweler, which no shade to anybody that's a jeweler, but I just, I'm just really questioning anybody that is around Wendy Williams, because I just wonder if they have their woman's best interest at heart, because it doesn't seem like it. I don't want to say that Wendy is, I'm not saying she's on drugs. It's just something that's off with Wendy, and I just don't know what that something is, but it's something off with Wendy. So Wendy is fine. Wendy is, she's able to stand and whatnot, because remember, some months ago, people were talking about she was wheelchair bound. Well, we see Wendy, she's mobile. Speaking of her mobility, so so someone caught her coming out of her apartment building, right? Now, I know people are looking at her bodily appearance, looking at her legs and whatnot, because her legs look a type of way. But you guys do have to, you guys do realize that is skin fragments. Wendy Williams went from being one weight and she lost all of that weight. So Wendy never got skin graft surgery. So that's why Wendy has excess skin. And that's all that is. That's all that is on her legs and thighs. Cellulite and excess skin. I mean, think about it. If someone goes from, and I'm just being, just throwing on, I'm not saying it's how much Wendy weighed, I'm just saying in general. Let's just say somebody who weighed 400 pounds, right? They weigh 400 pounds, but then they start to lose, they weigh 400 pounds, they have big arms, big legs, big stomach, big everything, right? And they go and shrink down. Like, it's kind of like with a water bottle. When a water bottle has a lot of water in it, I don't know why I have to, and because I saw a lot of people like, oh my God, I saw a lot of comments about her skin. I'm like, you guys do realize, just take a water bottle, drink all the water out of it and crush it. That's what Wendy's body is. That's what happened to Wendy's body. Wendy was like a water bottle. She had a lot of water in her. She lost all the water, and the bottle, it collapsed in. That's her skin. It's just excess skin. I'm like, people don't know that that's just excess skin. She just didn't. And I'm really, now I will say I am shocked though to see that she has excess. Some people keep their excess skin because it shows them where they once were and where they are currently. Some people do that, and I don't know if that's Wendy's case, but some people do that because some people can afford to. And in Wendy's particular case, Wendy could afford to get skin graft surgery. She just probably chose not to, and that's no problem. What threw me was, once again, the cheeks and then her neck. I was like, her neck and her head, like, her face looks sunk. It looks a little sunk in to me. I was like, wow, that just doesn't look, that's not the Wendy that I remember seeing on, how are you doing? That's not the Wendy that I'm used to. The Wendy that comes out with that hair laid, and if she has something up under that wig, a note that she takes out of her wig. That's not the Wendy that I've watched off and on for years. That's not Wendy Williams. I don't know. That looks like a shell of Wendy. And like I said, I just really do question the people that are in her camp, that are around her. I'm starting to see what Wells Fargo was saying. I feel like people are taking advantage of her at her most dark, at a dark point in her life. And that is why she's under, because Wendy, you guys know Wendy is under conservatorship as well, like with Britney Spears. And honestly, I think she should stay under that conservatorship. And I know a lot of people are like, but her son should be under her. Her son should be able to take care of these things for her. You guys, her son is 21 years old, right? Why would you want a 21-year-old boy to, and I get it, that is his mother. And I felt the same way about my mama. But my mom, in her older age, especially when I was in my 20s, she told me, I don't want you to have to feel like you have to take care of me. I'm your mother. I took care of you. So I want you to be able to live. I want you to live your life and have fun. You're a young man. Live your life and have fun. But I was still, and she knew I still worried about her, but she didn't want me to worry to the point that I didn't get to I didn't live my life. And that is actually a conversation that she and I had before she passed away. And yes, I am a mama's boy. I'm a huge mama's boy. I don't deny that. So she and I had a conversation long before, like maybe a few months before she passed. And, we had the conversation, and she was like, I'm not going to be here forever. And I was like, why? And I asked her, I'm like, why are we having this conversation? I don't want to, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to think about a time where you're not here with me. Like, I can't imagine that. And me and her both started crying because I told her, I was like, it would hurt me losing you, and it did. It was the worst day of my life when she passed away, the absolute worst day. But I told her, like, I would rather it be me than it be you. And that's why we started crying, because of my close relationship with my mom, that I would rather me not be here than her. And she says, no. She says, no, Jerome, I have lived my life. I want you to live yours. I want you to live your life. I've lived mine. I'm okay. And I will, I'm trying not to cry, you guys, because I'm thinking about the story again. But that's what I say that to say, I don't think Wendy would want that for little Kevin. I just don't believe. I know a lot of people said, why not put him in control of her money? I just don't think Wendy would want to put that great responsibility on her son. And then again, like I say, the people in her circle, who is trustworthy? Because I just don't trust anybody that's in Wendy's circle at this point. I'm even starting to now side eye Kevin even more. Big Kev. Like, I just don't know who is on Wendy's side. And I really do pray for Wendy. I'm also praying that one, that Wendy has not slipped back into her old habits of being on drugs. I'm praying for that. And then I'm also, because, remember, there was a report that Wendy was going through Alzheimer's. What I am seeing, it does kind of look like it a little bit. It does kind of look like it, because my grandfather had, before he passed away, I think he was going through dementia, and he was keen. Some days he would be keen, and the other days he would be keen and lucid, and other days it would just be like dealing with a 6-year-old. He would literally act like my little cousins. So I don't know how Wendy's acting, but the things that you see with Wendy, she just doesn't seem like she's herself. But if you guys understand what I'm saying, we can discuss it in the comments section. But yeah, I'm just gonna pray for Wendy. But I do know that as far as this podcast that Wendy has been talking about, scrap it. If they have started anything, please scrap it. Wendy is not well. Wendy needs some kind of help. I don't know what kind of help it is, but she definitely needs some help, you guys. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll discuss it in the comment section, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about that car crash that happened out there in California last week. You guys, I have to be honest with you. When I saw that car crash, I thought that was a stunt from a movie. Like, I didn't believe that it was real. Because, I mean, when you see that woman zoom through that traffic light and hit those cars, and it burst and those flames that just exploded, I was like, wow, what kind of movie set was that they were on? But it's not a movie set. The woman, her name is Nicole Linton. She's 37 years old. I believe she's from here, and she's a traveling ICU nurse, you guys. God. Now, after it happened last week, there was a woman that went on the news and saying that she was at a day party, she was drinking, and that she was arguing with her boyfriend. But the reports that I have saw recently stated that woman didn't know her and was just looking for basically 15 minutes of fame. So, because they said that there was no alcohol in this woman's system. So then it just begs the question of what the hell happened, because I think they said she was going 90 miles an hour. That is, I mean, shit, I've gone over 100 miles an hour before in my car, and that is hella fast. And like, when I tell you, I actually kind of scared myself that time that I was driving, when I finally realized how fast I was going. I was going on I-20, I-20 here in Dallas, going home, and I happened to look at my speedometer. I was like, nigga, you need to slow down, because I was getting to an area where there are heavy cops at. Mind you, luckily enough, this day it was like early in the morning, so it wasn't a lot of people on the road. So that's why I was going so fast. Actually, I don't even know why I was going as fast as I was. Just being, I don't know why I was going that. I don't even know why I was going 100. I don't know why I was going 100 miles an hour. The more I think about it, because the speed limit is 70 in that area. Why in the hell were you going 100 miles an hour? But when I finally realized that, I'm like, damn, I'm going really fast. And I slowed down. I was able to slow myself down, because like I said, I realized I was getting to an area where there are heavy cops, and I'm like, you don't need a ticket. But this is a highway that I was on This one was on a regular. This is like a resident. This not well, basically like a residential area, or just a busy intersection, and you're going 90 miles an hour. Why? Like, that didn't make any sense to me. Why she in a heavy area where there's a lot of traffic? Why are you going 90 miles an hour? So there are a lot of unanswered questions currently. Like, was she trying to hurt herself in the process, or was she going fast? Or did her car accelerate and she couldn't? She put her foot on the brakes and her car wouldn't stop. Like, there are a lot of questions that are unanswered currently, and I feel like it's gonna be a while before people get the answers to those questions about what happened in the accident. Now, when she hit the cars, like I said, the car burst into flames. So she killed a total of 8 people, you guys. She killed a husband and a wife, and a 1-year-old baby, and the mother was pregnant. She was 8 months pregnant, so she was actually, because I saw her sister did a video on Instagram last week talking about the crash that she didn't watch the video. I would imagine not, babe. I don't know. There would be no way I could ever watch that video of my loved one getting hit by a car. And I do have family out there in California. I have cousins that live in Hayward, California, and one of my good friends, he lives out there now currently. And when I saw it, I started thinking about my family and my friend that's out there, and I was like, oh God, like, I'm just so happy that it wasn't them, because I wouldn't be good for shit today, you guys. Like, I really wouldn't. So, like I said, she killed those people in the car, and then 2 other people died as well. And here's the thing that really kind of throws me when it comes to this lady. So she has 13 accidents to her record. And I just saw a photo I just looked at her when I was doing research for this. Her when she's in court, she doesn't, I'm like, that woman doesn't look very sane. If I'm being honest with you guys. It just doesn't. I'm just questioning, like, was she deliberately trying to hurt herself deliberately, or was this an accident because of her car malfunctioning? Baby, if that is an issue with the car malfunctioning, Mercedes-Benz is gonna have a lawsuit on their hands, allegedly, if that's what happened. But it's very, very interesting, and I'm surprised that she's still even living. Now, the charge that she does have, if she's convicted, she faces up to life in prison. Just really sad all the way around. So I'm going, because I got sidetracked. So going back to her 13 previous accidents that she has, I'm kind of confused as to why in the hell have they not taken this woman's driver's license? Like, I would have thought they would have revoked her license by now. But I mean, revoking a person's license don't mean shit to people in this day and age, right? People are still, people still go places on a suspended driver's license and all that kind of stuff, right? But here's my thing with that, because I know with insurance companies, with the insurance company, like, if you have too many accidents, you'll get dropped, and then if you try to go to another insurance company, they'll pull your record and your rates will be sky high. So I'm just questioning, why didn't they take her license from her? Even still, like I said, that probably wouldn't have stopped her from, a suspended license doesn't stop people from driving, so it should, but some people don't give a shit. So yeah, I just that's sad. Prayers up to those people that lost their lives in that accident. And I'm going to pray for her as well. If she is mentally unstable, I'm going to pray that God works on her and, helps, heals her. But overall, you guys, just a terrible, terrible story. But let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. Alright, you guys, so next up, let's talk about my girl Beyonce. So Beyonce has a song that is going to be released with Ronald Isley. So I'm looking forward to that. And we got to say congratulations to Beyonce, because Beyonce's Renaissance album, she is the first woman to have all 7 of her albums be at #1. So congratulations to Beyonce. Now I know that people have mixed reactions to Renaissance. That's fine, right? Because one of my friends, she texted me yesterday and she said that the album is trash. I disagree, because you guys know I did my review of the album. I love the album. Renaissance, I will say that there are some songs. I said in my review, I don't have any skip songs, but there are some songs that I don't listen to as much as I listen to other songs. And like I was saying previously, Renaissance, I would say it's in my top, but it's not like I don't think it's my top 2. I don't think Renaissance is my top 2 albums after listening to it multiple times. I've told you guys before, my top favorite Beyonce album is going to be Beyonce. That album, hands down, is my favorite album. That is my favorite. I love Beyonce. I love that album. That is my favorite album. Then, if I have to go after Beyonce, the album after Beyonce is, for me, Crazy in Love. I love that album too. I know every song on that album. And then after that, I told you guys what's dead ass last for me. Dead ass last is Sasha. I Am Sasha. I hate that album. I cannot stand I Am Sasha. I don't like that album. I will listen to it. What song is on I Am Sasha? Is it Diva? I believe, yep, Diva's on I Am Sasha. That is the only song you will ever hear me listen to on I Am Sasha. Oh, I hate that album, you guys. And this is coming from somebody who is a huge Beyonce fan. I hate I Am Sasha. I can't stand that album. I cannot stand that album. So if we go from bottom to top, bottom, I Am Sasha. Up above that, 4. I'm not the biggest fan of 4, and I know people love 4. I know a lot of people who love 4, but that album just didn't do nothing for me either. There are some songs on there that I like, but then there are some songs I'm just like, what is this? That I didn't get into 4. I was not a part of. I wasn't really big on 4. And then if we go above that, it's Lemonade, you guys. Lemonade, I love Lemonade, but I don't listen to Lemonade that much. If I listen to Lemonade, my #1 go-to song on Lemonade is going to be 6 Inch Heels and Sandcastles. Those are my favorite songs on Lemonade. 6 Inch Heels and Sandcastles. I'm trying to think if I have another one. Hold Up. I love that one. So yeah, Lemonade, we can put that at the... we got 3. We got 3. And then... 3... So we're at Lemonade. So I feel like with Lemonade, I feel like Renaissance is gonna be between Lemonade and Deja Vu. Well, B-Day album, not Deja Vu. The B-Day album. I love B-Day. I love the B-Day album. So yeah, that's just my list, you guys. I just gave you my full list. So it's Beyonce. It is it's Beyonce, Crazy in Love, the Crazy in Love album. Then it is the B-Day album. Then we'll put Renaissance. Then it is Lemonade, 4, and I Am Sasha. God, I can't stand that album. I legitimately can't stand that album. Now, Beyonce, I know that I know that I just saw on Twitter the other day that Act 2 is coming out on the 20th. Why? Girl, I just bought this. I just got my box last week, you guys. Can I be honest with you guys? And I love me some Beyonce. I love Beyonce, but bitch, What was that box? It's a little bitty ass box, you guys. You guys saw me last Sunday. I wore my shirt. Love my shirt, by the way. I told my best friend, I was like, girl, if I could kick my own ass, I would. But I love Beyonce, so I really didn't have an issue with it. But it really wasn't. I'm gonna keep it with you guys. It wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it at all. When I spent $30 plus the shipping and handling, which brought up to $40. Girl, what? So now I will say that those pics and girl, why did you do that? Like that. So it's a picture of her, right? And it's two-sided. I'm like, well, bitch, if I want to put this on my wall, I got to figure out which side I want to put, which side I want to do, because I can't put both of them up. Helpful. But yeah, it wasn't worth it, you guys. Wasn't worth it. But Act 2 is coming out on the 20th, you guys, and that's 5 days before my bestie's birthday. And I know, speaking of the album, when are you going, girl, come on with the tour? Actually, speaking of tour, forget the tour. No, you don't forget the tour. You remember the tour. Give me the tour dates, girl, so that way I can pre-plan where I'm going. Let me know if you, oh God, I know when she comes to Dallas. It's going to be in Grand Prairie or Arlington. I just know that right off the bat. Because I don't think Beyonce has ever been to the AAC. I don't know that she's ever been to the AAC. So I know that because my best friend and I, she said we need to go, because she's never been to a Beyonce concert. I have. I went to the Formation tour. So we're gonna go to that. So yeah, girl, let me know when the tour is gonna be, so I can plan out my outfit, so I can, figure out if I'm. Well, I'm not the day of the tour. I am not working. I am going to call out sick. I'm sick, bitch. And get ready for the Beyonce concert. Also, girl, stop teasing us with these goddamn these remixes of Break My Soul, these snippets. Give us the video. Give me the video, Beyonce. Stop playing with me, girl. Stop playing. Video. ASAP. The fuck? Get on it. All right, you guys. So let's pause here and let's get off of Beyonce for just a minute, guys. Let's move forward. All right, you guys, and in some I really couldn't care less news, it's going to be two stories and some I don't care news. The first one is Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, they broke up. Honestly, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. To be honest with you guys, I really thought that there was a revenge relationship, more so on Kim Kardashian's behalf, because I didn't really believe it. I was like, girl, what are you seeing? Now, you guys, if you guys do not know, I watch SNL every Saturday night. I am faithful to watching SNL, and I like Pete on there. He was kind of awkward at times, but we all know that Pete has his own, mental health issues. So that was why when Kim and him got together, I was like, ugh, because I remember his relationship with Ariana Grande when they got engaged and they broke up. And he wasn't in a good space. I was like, oh, is this going to be good for Pete's mental health with Kim? And then the shit that Kanye was doing, like he put out that Skeet Davidson, did he say Skeet Davidson is dead or something like that? Whatever Kanye said, I'm like, Kanye, you go too far. Like Kanye literally goes too far, and I just don't understand Kanye. It's like you have dated Julia Fox and whoever else since you and Kim has started this divorce process, which I know that he just lost another one of his attorneys in his divorce. I don't know anybody that wants to put up with Kanye West and why they would want to put up with Kanye, because Kanye is just a whole hell of a lot. I pray for Kim. I pray for her. So yeah, that's it in I Don't Care news. And then the next story is Angela Yee from The Breakfast Club, you guys. Anybody out there like Angela Yee? I'm not the biggest fan. Honestly, when it comes to The Breakfast Club, I'm not really a fan of any of them. I'm not a fan of Angela's. I'm not a fan of Charlamagne the Goddess. Who was the person that nicknamed him Charlamagne the Goddess? I forget who gave him that nickname. But Charlamagne, I'm not a big fan of Charlamagne. And I'm damn sure not a fan of Envy's. So I actually haven't watched The Breakfast Club in like the last year or so, Because I do listen to them if I go to Houston. I know Houston's radio station 104.5. I don't know what theirs is called, but I know ours here in Dallas is called K104. But whenever I get there, their radio station in with 104.5, their morning show, it is the Breakfast Club. So if I'm in Houston, I'll listen to it. Sometimes I'll turn it right off because as soon as I hear them, I'm like, oh hell no. I just don't want to listen to them. I don't. Because Angela posted on Twitter that the Breakfast Club, as you know, it won't be the same anymore. I was like, okay, who cares? So Angela is going to be leaving the Breakfast Club, right? So she got her own syndicated show. So she has her syndicated show and she'll have lip service. So, okay. As much as I don't see it for Angela Yee, I'm like, okay, girl, you're making your money. You getting your coins, girl. I'm not going to hate on her. But she, like I said, she's just not my favorite person. I just don't see it for Angela Yee. Like, I still think Betty Hey, Michelle, as a woman. But, you know, and that's one thing about Angela Yee. She isn't, when it comes to women sometimes, and like I was on Twitter the other night, and I actually forgot about that when Monique got up and left. Like, Charlemagne, and that's one thing that annoys me when it comes to Charlemagne and his interviews. He plays too damn much, and that just bothers me when it's like, nigga, you play too much for me. Like, I couldn't take Charlemagne seriously even if you wanted me to. Like, Charlemagne is a lot different from when I was first introduced to Charlemagne. It was when he was working with Wendy, and they said and did some things that I didn't agree with, but I feel like it got worse when he got to the Breakfast Club. But yeah, congratulations to Angela, you know, getting her own syndicated show. I know that they've said that I know people are talking about who could replace her. Anybody can replace Angela Yee at this point, I guess. I heard Remy Ma. If they brought Remy on, I was gonna sit here and say I would listen, but I'm gonna keep it with you guys. I wouldn't. Love Remy, but I wouldn't listen because I just don't see it for Charlemagne and Envy. I don't. It's just something about those two that I just don't see it for. Hell, I didn't see it for Angela either, but I definitely don't see it for those two. But that's it, you guys. Let me know if you guys care anything about those two stories that I just talked about, and we'll just pause here, you guys. We'll move forward. All right, you guys. So I think we're at our last story of the week, you guys. So tennis legend Serena Williams. So she's not calling it a retirement. She is just saying that she is leaving tennis to, you know, pursue other passions of hers and to be a mother to her daughter, Olympia. You guys, I have been wondering, because I think Serena's about to be 40 or 41, something like that. I've been wondering, like, you know, because the last few years with her playing tennis, I found myself pissed off a lot, and it's not with Serena. It be with the people. Remember that time she threw her tennis racket? You know, I just feel like over the last few years they've been messing with Serena, and I'm like, you know what? Because I have been feeling this for a long time. I'm like, you know what? It's time for Serena just to say, you know what? Fuck it. I have done so much for tennis. My sister and I have done so much. We are the GOAT. I mean, let's keep it real. They're the GOATs. They are because, you know, honestly, Serena and Venus are the reason. Like, when I was in high school, I played. Oh my God, I still have that. I think I have that picture of me when I was in tennis. I have to find it. It's in one of my scrapbooks. So when I was in high school, you know, my high school, you had to have an elective, right? In order, because nobody at my high school wanted to be in PE. Nobody wanted PE at my high school. So you had to have some kind of an elective, either a sport, drill team, band, or something else, right? ROTC, band. If you took and it could be the same for every other high school, but I know from my high school, nobody wanted to be in PE. PE was for quote unquote losers, right? But yeah. So when I got to high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to be in PE. I knew I did not want to be in PE. And I was like, you know what? Because growing up, I loved watching Venus and Serena. I was like, you know what? I could be the male Venus and Serena. I really probably could have been great because I was actually really good at when I started tennis. My tennis instructor, he told me how good I was, but he and I had an issue with each other. I think I've told you guys this story before, and I'll tell if I have, I'm gonna tell it again. So, in my class, it was only I was in my class I was the only black person. Number one, mind you, my high school that I went to, graduated from, is predominantly it's all black people and Hispanic people and a sprinkle. And when I say a sprinkle, I mean a sprinkle, like salt sprinkle. It was a sprinkle of white people in my high school, right? But in my class, I happened to be one of three guys. I was one of three guys, right? But I was also the only black guy in my class. And I was actually the only black person. No, I wasn't. It was one of my friends from middle school that was in there with me. I forgot what her name was. But it was so we were two black people in the class, right? Everybody else in the class was Hispanic. And everybody else was Hispanic, and then everyone else was a girl, right? So now mind you, our tennis court was way out in the wood, damn near in the woods, right? So we hit our balls, and our fence was low as hell. So if you hit your ball too hard, it's going over the fence and into the woods. So, and that's one thing I have a heavy, when I play tennis, I do have like a heavy serve. So I do hit the ball quite hard. So that was one thing. So I would play with the guys. It would be me and my good friend Scotty and I forgot what that other boy's name was. But me and my friend Scotty, Scott Maldonado, that is my boy. I love my friend Scotty. I haven't saw Scotty in some years. I know he got married. I don't know if he has any kids. I guess if we have a high school reunion, well, we were supposed to have a reunion this year for 15 years. I wonder how Scotty is doing. That was my buddy. That was like one of my best friends in middle school because we were in band together, and we were in band in high school. But neither here nor there. So yeah, me and my friend Scotty, we would hit the ball, and he would be like, "Gerald, you hit very hard." I'm like, "Scotty, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to beat your ass, right?" So we would literally be hitting that ball pretty hard. And so if I hit the ball into the woods, I would go get my ball, right? If my friend Scotty hit the ball into the woods, Scotty would go get his ball. Now the girls would be playing against each other, right? So the girls would hit their balls over there into the woods. My instructor, who is not Hispanic, he's white. So he wouldn't even ask, mind you, it's me and two other guys, my friend Scotty and another boy. He would never ask either one of them to go get the girls' balls. He would never even, and I don't have an issue about the fact that he don't want the girls to go into the woods to get their balls. I don't have an issue with that. But don't ask me, the only black person, to go into them fucking woods and pick up a goddamn ball. And that's what he got mad at me about every day. Because like I said, I'll go get my balls, my friend Scotty would go get his balls, right? But when it comes to the girls, he never asked anybody else but me to go get the ball. And one day, one of the girls, like when I saw her when she hit the ball, I'm like, fuck. She hit the ball. It went deep into the woods. And he was like, I need to go get that ball. I said, no, sir. I'm like, I'm not going that far into the woods. Like, it went deep into the woods. I'm not going in the woods and get that. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's out there in their woods. And he got mad. He threw his clipboard down on the ground. And I looked at him like, okay, what are you throwing your clipboard down for? I'm not going out there and getting no motherfucking ball that I didn't hit out there. Why? And I asked him, I'm like, why are you asking me? Why didn't you ask Scotty or I really forget what that other guy's name was. I'm like, why can't we not ask one of them? And I told him, I'm like, you asked me that every class period. I'm the one that has to go out there and get the balls. It's me. I'm like, that's unfair to me. Like, what if something happens to me out there He says, nothing's going to happen. You don't know that. But yeah, that's my story. But that. How did I get into? Oh, it's talking about Venus and Serena. How they just inspired me to play tennis. But I got kicked out of tennis because I didn't do what the teacher wanted me to do. I got kicked out of the class because of that. But yeah, they really did inspire me. So yeah, I'm happy for Serena. I really am happy for Serena. You know, go off, be a great mother, be an excellent businesswoman, and girl, we got you. We got you. We got you. We love you, Serena. So yeah, you guys, that is all I got for this week. You guys, let me know what you guys thought about all the topics that have been discussed. Get down in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. Get down in the comments and leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, you guys, to wash your hands, wear a mask, you guys, socially distance, be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one, you guys. We do this every single week. Same time, same place, same channel, same host. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys later on so you guys, I know I am behind on Married at First Sight. I'm going to record, I have last week's notes for Married at First Sight. I need to watch this past Wednesday's Married at First Sight. I'm going to try to do it today. If you don't see it today, you guys will see it Saturday. As well as, if you guys don't see it today, you guys will see it Saturday with Rated to Love. I'm thinking about with Rated to Love. You guys might see Rated to Love. You guys might see Rated to Love today, which is Friday. Rated to Love, Love After Lockup, and Bell Collective. I'm gonna try to get those all up for you guys tonight. Well, you guys it might be Saturday. But not Bell Collective, but Married at First Sight, you guys, I'm gonna do my damnedest to get that up to you guys today. And I'll see you guys later. So until then, you guys, bye.